Romney, Ryan. Right. Now, with the greatest of respect, the first question obviously needs to be, are you an idiot? I mean, why did you do this?
Some people would say that I'm an idiot, but those out there, the aficionados, would say maybe I'm just a stroke of genius, and everything is a little bit of idiot, man.
Or maybe you had a stroke, and that led you to making this decision. That could be another possibility, I guess. Hey, give us the background to it. I mean, first of all, are you a Republican, or is this a bit of a bet that they say they paid you $15,000 for it? Are you a Republican supporter? Is there more to it than just the money?
Oh, there's absolutely more to it than the money. It was something that I could live with, of course, with the $15,000. But I've been a member of the Republican Party since I was old enough to vote, following the footsteps of my father and grandfather and whatnot. But I have some liberal beliefs as well. But I vote Republican. I do some work with Republican parties. So yeah, it was about the money, but probably more so about trying to attain that 15 minutes of fame we're all grasping for.
And you have, haven't you? Worldwide coverage. I mean, we're down here on the bottom of the planet. We're finding out about you on our news media, and that's why we wanted to talk to you today. So tick that box. Congratulations. Media coverage is there for you, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Now,
I don't think I could have made much more out of it, man. It's just been me and my buddy just putting it out there and getting our hustle on.
You said in a few interviews that you're going to keep it forever. Why the change? Why have you decided to remove it?
Well, I see there's opportunity working in Los Angeles with Dr. 90210 of reality show fame,
yeah.
Dr. Kirby. So I saw it to be a mutually beneficial deal where I could go out there to LA. They're gonna pay for the trip out there and see what we can do while out there, meet some people and hope it works out to the best. But I did say I was going to keep it forever, so I'm a little bit of a contradiction in theory. Mm-hmm. But with opportunity, you gotta come and take it as it comes.
This was done via your auction website, eBay.
Yes.
But I understand it was the second auction you did. You'd actually put your forehead up for auction previously. Tell us that story.
Well, back in September, it was put up for auction originally to the highest bidder, whoever wanted to advertise on my face, if they wanted to put their name on my face, whatever they wanted to do. And the winning bidder ended up not reading the fine print and wanted to get a penis on my face. And I said, no penises, none of that. So we canceled that out, and I kind of gave up on it, and I came up with this ingenious idea of going political.
Right. And it worked. I mean, the irony being, of course, you don't get the penis on the head, but some are saying you've got two giant dicks there at the moment. But Hey, is the laser? I mean, you've already said they're paying for the trip out and stuff, but what about laser care? Is it available under Obamacare?
I don't think laser tattoo surgery is covered under Obamacare, and I don't think stupid's covered either.
Well, that's interesting because from watching your media around the world, a lot of Republicans would seem to make us think that it is all about being stupid, things like Obamacare. You say you're a Republican supporter and politically active. What do you think about the election result? I mean, Romney wasn't just beaten, he was smashed by a million votes, or by 3 million votes, but by a massive amount.
It was quite a bit of an amount, but I mean, when you talk percentages, it was it was neck and neck there for a while. In the Electoral College, it wasn't a landslide, but it was definitely a definitive loss. But I think the popular vote, only a couple million votes, was as close as it was going to get for any Republican, be it Ron Paul or Herman Cain or anybody else. I think Romney had the best shots, and that was indicative by the voter turnout. 332
to 206. It's a pretty definitive defeat.
That's pretty definitive. It's not the worst landslide in our history, obviously, but definitely wasn't the results we were looking for.
We get your international media on the side of the world. We get all the cable news channels. We get Fox and MSNBC and CNN. So we see that side of America. I'm interested now, maybe from a political position. You're a Republican. You follow politics. You're politically active. The side of your forehead is at least politically active. I want to know the feeling from someone who's a Republican, because what we're now still seeing is the same rhetoric we heard before the election, which is, Obama agenda taking us down this path. But the result would say the majority of America are now pretty keen to let him do what he wants to do. What do you think about that?
I think so. I think a lot of us, as you said, are keen as Americans to try to follow the president's lead. I think him reaching out to Governor Romney in their luncheon the other day, I think that shows his willingness now to reach across the aisle for bipartisanship. And I think it's going to be okay. This fiscal cliff that they keep talking about's a scary, scary thing, and I think Governor Romney would have been best suited for the economy, which was at the forefront of our election here. But I think President Obama reaching across the aisle to those in Congress and those in the House and the Senate, I think if they put their minds together, we can come out of this thing all right. And the Republican Party definitely needs a lot of reform to try to rejuvenate the base, as it were.
It's interesting because you sound quite balanced. I mean, and obviously when you see the international media, you get extremes. Are you the general feel of the American that you speak to? Or is that extreme of, our number one priority is to get rid of Obama? Is that the general feel from the Republican base?
Nah, I don't. I think the general feel is just to try to work together. Despite the differences, I think we need to get rid of the barriers that separate us as parties, and just do what's best for the country.
Mm. All right. Romney was the right candidate in the end?
Absolutely.
You think? Was he the best possible candidate to go up against Obama?
I think Governor Romney was the best possible candidate. I keep hearing that Ron Paul would have been a better choice to try to generate a little buzz in the youth base with some of his more liberal beliefs on legalizing marijuana and different things like that to generate the youth vote. But I think Governor Romney was the best way to go across the board.
Well, he's certainly the one genuine libertarian in there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Hey, okay, 4 years of Obama. You sound like you're a balanced, I was going to say intelligent man, but as I say that, I see the tattoo on the side of your head, so there's questions there, obviously. I was going to ask you about, what are your other tattoos? You're obviously, you were a pierced man at one stage. I saw in some of your photos you had piercings through your lips. How many other tats do you have? Is this just one of many?
Yeah, I got probably a dozen tattoos. The other side of my face here is done with 10 pink stars. My throat's done, and a few other different places.
So I guess I wonder again. It's interesting that you're now removing it. Doesn't seem to be that big a deal, seeing it's everywhere else. I mean, like there was that famous American guy who took a $100,000 bet to get breast implants. You'd understand why he would get it removed because it was very different from the rest of his body. But you've got tats everywhere. What's the point? I mean, turn it into a butterfly for goodness sake.
It's more about the opportunity of meeting the people through the celebrity doctor. That's obviously, if you're looking at, who gets their face tattooed and doesn't want attention out of it. So I'm kind of an attention prostitute for lack of a better word. So let's go out to LA and see who I can meet. I've had quite a few opportunities. I was just out in Philadelphia taping television for the TLC channel and other different tattoo shows, and hopefully people will see past the tattoo and see that I have a little bit of on-screen personality and hope the camera loves me as much as I love it.
So you're going to ride the wave and see what comes of it, basically?
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Excellent. Out of Michigan, Eric Hartsburg. Hey, Eric, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much, man. Cheers. I appreciate it, man. Hopefully I can come down there to New Zealand. I was in Australia for a while a few years ago and loved it down there. So they don't have a lot of nice things to say about New Zealanders, but I've never met a bad New Zealander. So
well, maybe we can set up. We have an auction site here in New Zealand called Trade Me. It's like your eBay. Maybe we can set up an auction for your forehead again, and maybe we can get you down here based on that money.
That's awesome, man. Do a publicity stunt. I'd love to come down there at the birthplace of bungee jumping and give it a go.
Eric Hartsburg. Hey, mate, thanks for your time. Awesome.
Cheers,
all
mate.
the best.